Dove, like the soap brand, hired a woman by the name of Zyahna Bryant as one of their brand ambassadors. She's not officially a spokeswoman, but they hired her in the same capacity that Bud Light hired Dylan Mulvaney to be like an online influencer. Once you promote Dove, you get a stipend for it. And this woman, Zyahna Bryant, is a Black Lives Matter activist, and people on the internet were very quick to point out the fact that Zyahna Bryant, a couple of years ago, had made a false accusation against a young white woman, accusing her of being horribly racist. This is in the midst of all the Black Lives Matter riots, and this woman, this white woman that was falsely accused, her life was ruined. She had to move. She faced threats from Black Lives Matter agitators and activists. Her job prospects were ruined. And Zyahna Bryant later admitted that she had, quote unquote, misheard the racist statement that she had accused this white woman of making. And so essentially she lied and ruined this woman's life, accusing her of being racist just because she had white skin, which is racism in and of itself. Dove hired her anyway to not only be a brand ambassador, but to advance what they call size freedom. This is the woman.
My belief is that we should be centering the voices and experiences of the most marginalized people and communities at all times. So when I think about what fat liberation looks like to me, it looks like centering the voices and the experiences of those who live in and who maneuver through spaces and institutions in a fat body. It looks like making accessible spaces and having conversations that are aware of the fact that people have different bodies and that they are interacting with space and people and institutions and communities in a different way. Fat liberation looks like fully embracing those differences and having those conversations instead of shying away from them. To learn more about fat liberation and the campaign for size freedom that Dove is supporting, visit dove.com/size freedom. Tap in, join the campaign, support the campaign. This is important and we should all be talking about it.
Okay, so this is obviously absurd. We're going to talk about fat liberation in just a second, but a lot of people were talking about how awful it was that this woman ruined this white girl's life with a false accusation, and that's all true. But I fell down a rabbit hole looking into this because I just had a suspicion based on the way that Zyahna Bryant spoke, the fact that she used the word fat liberation, not just fat acceptance. I had a suspicion that there was something else to this story. So I did a little digging and I found several very interesting, very troubling things about not only this woman and what she stands for, but about Dove and their parent company and what their parent company stands for. So this is the report from the Daily Mail about what Zyahna Bryant did to the white woman. We'll start there because we want to establish first that even the other things that I found out about this situation, notwithstanding, this is a bad person and Dove should not be doing business with her. In fact, it almost rises to the level of what Bud Light did with Dylan Mulvaney, right? Dylan Mulvaney embraces queer theory as a lifestyle in his transgender identity. Zyahna Bryant embraces probably critical race theory, but one step worse, it as her lifestyle as well, as being a quote unquote fat activist. And Dove is promoting this. This is not something we should promote, but this is what the Daily Mail reported about her actions several years ago. Bryant, age 22, claimed that she had overheard a white student named Morgan Bettinger threaten Black Lives Matter protesters in Charlottesville in July of 2020 after she used the phrase speed bumps while describing the protest that she saw. But Bryant later admitted she may have misheard after gleefully watching and joining in as Bettinger was canceled and her life was destroyed. Bettinger, the white student, was subjected to a torrent of abuse and a campaign to remove her from the University of Virginia. Staff and students ganged up against her and scuppered her future prospects. And then what happened later is Bryant admitted that she misheard. In fact, Bettinger was advocating for the Black Lives Matter protesters, saying it's a good thing the police showed up or else they might have been turned into speed bumps. So she was thanking police for saving the protesters. But because she was white, this woman, this Black Lives Matter activist, Zyahna Bryant, assumed that she was such a racist that she would want to kill Black people. That's evil. That is so evil. To callously ruin someone's life based on your own racism. I mean, Zyahna Bryant was racist to assume that because Morgan Bettinger was white, that she was racist.